All right, so expressions to verbal statements. This will help you with your operational patterns assignment. So the first thing I had done was given you our math mean problem. And just in case you did not get that, let's write that out. And I gave you the following expression. There we go. And I give you guys 4 minutes along with your classmates to find your answer. And what happened after the 4 minutes is that a lot of you guys came to the conclusion that there are 2 possible answers. And I told you that I would give it to you guys at the end as far as which one you should feel a little bit more confident with. So let's go ahead and begin with example 1. All right. So this one was pretty easy to begin with. You guys told me that this is 4 plus x. You also told me that this is the sum of 4 and x. And I would take either of those as correct. So let's move on to example 2. And this is where things started getting a little weird. So initially you guys told me this would be 3 times 3 plus n. We took it a little bit further. And I said that parentheses and brackets and braces are all grouping symbols. The purpose of these symbols is to, well, group. So the way that you would want to describe this expression as a verbal statement would probably be 3 groups of 3 plus n. You also told me it could have been 3 groups of the sum of 3, oops, sorry, I'm really up in there, and n. Both of these will suffice. So let's continue. Example 3. That's y is in yellow. It's a 9, like nueve. All right. So that one was fairly easy as well. Y'all told me that this was y over 9. Now, the reason I was really making that one dark there is because I would prefer you to use the preposition. Because the preposition will really help you whenever things get a little bit more difficult. Obviously, another way that you could have written this would probably be y divided by, oh, sorry. Oh, I had a little bit too much caffeine today. Divided by 9. There we go. Both are correct, although, especially for your assignment, use the preposition over. Just like, yes, technically you can say 3 times and then 3 plus n. But to be even more specific, we are grouping that 3 and n. So make sure that you use these. These are going to be very important for you to use. Let's move on to example 4. And this one's simple. You guys told me that that would be x squared. I was very happy that y'all remembered that. You also told me that that is x to the power of 2. I'll take that. Example 5. This one kind of gave you guys a little bit of trouble. Somewhere through the day, somebody said that this was r cubed. Remember, cubed is whenever the exponent is a 3. This one, it's different. It's a 4. So we could say, last period you guys gave me r to the 4th power. Sorry, there we go. R to the 4th power. I think you guys were the first ones that gave that to me so quickly, because most people went easier, or similarly to what we had in example 4, and y'all said r to the power of 4. Both are correct. I don't prefer any one to the other. Let's continue. Example 6. And I think that's our last example here. And this one was a doozy. So it looks like this. Okay. This one's a real mouthful. So y'all gave me 4, and the parentheses, that's a grouping symbol. So you said 4 groups of, then you guys kind of stalled here because it kind of gave us a little bit of trouble. You guys hesitated because that looks like 6y squared. But then I asked you, what's being implied between the 6 and y squared? And y'all told me, well, technically, they're being, multiplied. So it's completely fine because there are no grouping symbols between the 6 and the y squared to say. So we're at 4 groups of 6 times y squared. Then, just like I said, I prefer this one over 2 groups, because again, we have a grouping symbol of, and you guys went with the easy one for me, and y'all said n minus 7. Now, let's talk about that n minus 7 over here. N minus 7. That can also be written as, the difference between n and 7. Yes, I can also take that one. So let's go ahead and go back to our original math meme. Okay. So let's turn that into a verbal statement. That would be 6. Now notice this one, I would not use a preposition because it is not literally over anything. So I would simply say 6 divided by 2 groups of, and I'll just keep it simple, 1 plus 2. All right. Or you could have said 2 groups of the sum of 1 and 2. So therefore, I'm going to 6 divided by 2 groups of 1 plus 2, well, that's 3. So that's the same as 6 divided by 2 groups of 3, which is actually just, 6. And we already know from page 2 that 6 divided by 6, that's 1.